Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Order. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. I'm really excited about this different kind of haul. There's a lot of Golden Age stuff in this with a little bit of Silver Age sprinkled in, but it's not my typical haul that I usually show. So I'm really excited. There's going to be something that you might like in this video, so definitely watch throughout the video and let me know in the comments down below what you think your favorite book was. Like I said, this is not your typical Alex, the Comic Order video, but I think you might find something you like. Stay tuned. Here we go. First book that I picked it up for a reason, and you'll know why when I show it. But I'm hoping to find the other half of this. So if you've got one of these for sale, I think Jeremy Edwards had one of these for sale at one time, but I think he probably sold it. You'll completely know what I'm talking about when I show it. So here it is. It's Batman 181. It's the first appearance of Poison Ivy. Now you can see the dealer or the newsstand at one point cut off the top of the comic book. So they, back in the day, they would cut off the top of it, send that back in, and then they would get credit for not selling it. So they'd get a refund or maybe credit on their next shipment for not selling this comic. And then they'd typically give these out to the kids when they'd come by the newsstand, just give them away for free. But the reason why I bought this was because it has the centerfold. And now there's a lot of books that are complete, but they have no centerfold. And I want to pick up one of those and then marry the two, and then this can just be a reader copy for the story, but then I'll have a complete, nice presenting copy of the first appearance of Poison Ivy. I've had this book a couple times before, but I've since sold it. I think it's relatively still affordable, so I just wanted to get this just in case because I saw it in the shop, and I think I got it for 25 bucks, basically just for that centerfold. But I think the value is there in just that centerfold. I'm going to open this up and show you guys the centerfold. So this is it. This is what it's all about. The centerfold being attached in the comic book. This one is attached at both staples. I'm definitely going to be taking this out at some point and marrying it to another copy. Probably keep that copy raw, just so it doesn't get any kind of married green label or qualified or anything like that. But it's the first appearance of Poison Ivy. Here's the splash page. As you can see, pretty cool, and definitely probably worth 25 bucks just for the centerfold alone. As you guys know, I've been going to antique shops, and I've been finding a lot of great books. About 85 to 90% of the books that I buy for my personal collection lately have been coming from antique shops. You never know what you're going to find from these particular dealers from week to week. Sometimes they reload often, as this dealer has been doing, and you can just find great deals. And like I said, you never know what you're going to find. There's a particular antique shop that I've been going to, and they'll remain nameless for the moment, but they've reloaded a couple times their dollar books, and it's just, I've been finding great books in their dollar books. Now they do have more expensive books, like the first Captain Marvel #1, like for $30 behind the counter. It's typical books like that behind the counter for a little bit more than $1. But these are the books that I found for $1, and I wanted to share those with you. These first books are a shout out to Mr. Gretzky 996. If you've been in any live chats, you know who that is. This first one is Pep Comics 134. Mr. Gretzky is a huge Archie fan. He's got a really great Archie collection. Just a great Pep Comics for $1, and this is a 10-cent book, so I'm not sure if this is late 50s or when this book was made, but here it is, Pep Comics number 134. Pep Comics 179, another great Archie book, and it's got a satellite on it, which is kind of neat. Here is 186 from Pep Comics. Also found Reggie 18. Anytime there is Betty and Veronica on the beach, it's usually a good collector type comic book. Here is Laugh 173. Once again, kind of that same theme. Archie comics, a lot of time, majority of the time, they're on the beach somewhere. I found Betty and Veronica number 98 for $1. Archie 148, pretty neat cover there with a drag race. There are more Archies and more significant Archies later on in this video, so definitely stay tuned to that. But I found a couple other dollar books, and these were a little bit more mainstream. And so I was really excited to find Batman 185. This is a giant 80-page giant. It's pretty neat to find Batman. It's a reader copy, but pretty cool to find a Silver Age Batman book in that dollar bin. Also found Adventure Comics 330. Pretty neat. Anytime there's a Legion of Superheroes, they're getting pretty hot right now because there is Brian Michael Bendis is launching a new Legion of Superheroes comic. It had the 2-part mini-series and then on to an ongoing series. So really excited about that. Here's Adventure Comics 330. Found Justice League of America number 40 in that. And these are not, I mean, other than the fact that they are a little beat up on the spine, these are not detached covers or not like incomplete or anything like that. They were just $1 in this bin. And like I said, I found other books before in this, some pre-superhero Marvel and Atlas books. So I'm really excited. Keep going back. This next one I think you'll really like. This next book is exactly why I keep going back to this place. I found stuff like this before, and it is Tales to Astonish number 59. I about crapped my pants when I saw this book for $1. I will open this up and show you right up here where there's the, I might hide the dealer number. I don't know if that'll give it away, but I will show you the price on it. Number 59 is the first time Hulk is ever in Tales to Astonish. And Hulk was in this series from 59 to 101. And then at 102, Hulk started his own series with a big premiere issue in 1968. So really happy to find this very solid copy of Tales to Astonish 59. I'm going to show you a closer up, and then I'm going to show you that price. I would probably, you know, with the creases and the spine damage, this is like a 4.0. But for $1, I'm not sure what this is going for. It was released in September of 1964. So there's just spine damage. Both staples are attached. The book is absolutely complete. Like I said, there's some color breaking creases right here and spine damage right there. And it could just use an overall cleaning. But this is a great book, especially the first time the Incredible Hulk was in Tales to Astonish. So Tales to Astonish, number 59. I'm going to show you that inside right now. So all of their books are unbagged, unboarded, and they're just sitting there. So I'm really nervous when I hand these over to the dealers because I don't want them, or the owners, to check out. I don't want them to like rip the cover off or cause a tear, but this is in pretty darn nice shape. Here is the $1 price tag right up there, and that's all you need. And you bring it up to the counter, charge you $1 for it. So there it is. This is the last Silver Age book, and I think I got this one for less than $10. It was just a pretty cool book, and I think Collecto6 is the reason why I got this. We share photos back and forth in DMs on Instagram. Every single day we're sending each other pictures of books. And I believe he sent this to me one time, and I found it at a shop, and we looked it up, and it was less than 10 bucks. So I really liked it. Nothing really significant other than the cover. So it's Leave It to Binky number 61. Just a pretty cool, I guess they would call this, for a lack of better words and a lack of better tact, they call these headlight covers. And so, for obvious reasons, but this is a family channel, so earmuffs and eye protection, kids. Leave It to Binky 61. It was either the last video or the video before. I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found a box of comics, and she threw in a whole bunch of 1950s Topps baseball cards, Topps football cards, and I think I spent like 20 to 30, 40 bucks, something like that, for the whole box. And here's a couple Golden Age that I pulled out of there. I pulled out those pre-superhero Tales of Suspense type books and showed those in the last video. Well, here's some of the Golden Age books that I pulled out of there, and nothing really crazy. There's one in there that'll be like in the last 3 or 4 books. It's kind of neat. And these other ones were just worth saving. I've got a whole box in storage full of these ones, unbagged, unboarded, of just weird Dell books that I'm not really going to do much with right now. First book is Tip Topper number 8, and this is from 1951. It's pretty beat up, kind of split here, probably from about here down the rest of the way, but I thought it was cool enough to save. Pretty neat cover, Tip Topper number 8 from 1951. The next book actually has some significance. You may not think it just by looking at it, but when you do a little research, it's from 1952, November 30th, 1952. When you do a little research, this is a 4-color. So if you watch Lee Kirby Ditko, he shows a lot of 4-color Dell books. Really cool stuff. Just really opens my eyes to a larger market, more books out there than what are in my kind of wheelhouse. So this is Annie Oakley. So this is 4-color number 438. So if you're looking this up, it's 4-color 438. And this is Annie Oakley, and it's the first of a 3-part series of Annie Oakley. Now the TV show Annie Oakley didn't air until 1954, and this book was released in 1952. So this may be a very early Annie Oakley issue. I'm not quite sure what preceded this in comics, but this is pretty cool, and I'll do a little bit of research and actually come back right in a second after I do some edit and see if there's anything else I can find. Okay, did some research. 3 years earlier in 1948, there was an Annie Oakley series. Pretty cool looking covers. I think she was blonde in those ones as opposed to this redhead, but Annie Oakley #1 was her first appearance. This is pretty cool though, because it's the first in the 4-color and it's a 3-part series. So pretty awesome. Annie Oakley, this is 4-color. 438. Next couple don't really have much significance, but here's Henry Aldrich, another Dell book. Henry Aldrich #5, Bill Williams cover. Just thought it was worth saving. Here is Little Iodine #16. This one is another head shaker, but this is Andy Panda #39 from 1957. Once again, just thought it was worth saving. This one's pretty beat up, low grade. It's from 1952. It's Durango Kid #19. It's credited to Gardner Fox for the script and then Fred Meager for the art, ink, and pencils, I believe. Have you Golden Age collectors ever heard of Ziff Davis Comic Group? Well, I certainly haven't, but I thought this was pretty beautiful cover. This is Football Thrills #1 from October 1951. And I think this is Norman Saunders from what I have gathered from my research, and I think the colors and the art is absolutely awesome on this one, and definitely worth saving in this Mylar. Standard Comics was a pretty cool publisher back in the golden age of comics. They produced comics like Brick Bradford, Real Life Comics, Exciting Comics, and many, many other titles. This is from 1951. This is Bill West #9. Thought it was a pretty cool cover. The cover artist is Joe Salerno. This is once again a 4-color. This is 4-color 656. I think this may be the second appearance of Turok, Son of Stone. And this continues on with Dell, Turok, Son of Stone #3. But this is the second part. And I believe it was... I think I actually got this one for $1. This wasn't in that bunch. And the next one I got for $1 as well from that antique shop. But I think I saw from Thanatos Comics the first appearance of Turok, but I think this may be the second appearance of Turok. Not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but this is from 1955. This last one's kind of beat up, but I really liked it, and I said it was probably from that antique shop, but I think this one was from that collection. This is Lone Ranger #93, and it's from 1956, and it's a Tom Gill cover. Really great. There's some really awesome painted covers back in these Lone Rangers. I'm not gonna go off and collect these Lone Rangers, but if I see them for cheap, I may consider picking them up because that is just a pretty cool cover. Now this one is in very low grade, like 1.8 or something like that, but that's just a pretty neat cover. And yeah, from 1956, Lone Ranger #93. Golden Age is notorious for not crediting their artists. I have no idea who did this, and there's just really no information out there. So if you have any information, drop it in the comments below. If this was your grandfather's artwork, let me know. This is Gangsters Can't Win. Just thought it was a neat cover. You've got the red dress, you've got the Golden Age, 10 cent. This is from 1948, actually from June 10th, 1948. I got this for $12 at an antique shop with 20% off, so that was pretty awesome. So it was probably around the $10 mark for this book. Gangsters Can't Win, #3. Once again, I've got almost little to no information on it, but it was a pretty cool cover. For $10, I couldn't pass it up. Okay, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. Continue to watch. I think these next couple books till the end are pretty exciting. The last couple are really exciting to me. So this first one is from 1948, from July of 1948. This is Joe Palooka, not really a great collectible comic in my opinion. I'm not quite sure, but it's a Harvey book, and this is Miss Atomic Blonde of 1948, and I love how there's 1948 on the cover there. You can see that MC there, MCing the pageant. Pretty cool book there in my opinion, and very, very nice shape. I think I got this for about $5 to $10. Definitely don't go out and chase this book. I don't think it's probably not worth much of anything, but pretty neat book in really nice condition for being from 1948. Okay, I'm gonna give credit and blame Collecto6 once again. He's got me on this Archie Comics kick. He just shows me all of these covers, and they're just fantastic. And so he educated me a little bit about Wilbur. Wilbur is the blonde version of Archie, kind of, and he's got a brunette and a blonde fighting for him, but instead, like Archie's going for Veronica, the brunette. Wilbur goes for the blonde. And so it's kind of neat Here is Wilbur 46 in low condition. Got this from a buddy of mine for 10 bucks, and this is from 1952. Wilbur number 46 from 1952. Like I said, Collector 6 had been showing me these Archie books in DMs. Thought they were pretty cool, thought they were really awesome, really great looking books, and then I found a couple for really cheap in an antique shop. I paid $8 total for these, so about $4 a piece. This is Archie's Pal Jughead number 9. Nothing, I don't think there's much significance to this one, but it's a Golden Age Archie book, so I thought that was really neat for pretty cheap. And this next one's a little bit chewed up, but for $4, I wasn't going to leave it behind. It kind of started this craze for me wanting to get more of these Golden Age Archie books. This is Archie number 56, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of like rodent chew or something going on up there, but that's a great image of Archie and Betty and Jughead there in the back. Jughead's always so naive to the fact that Archie is just this perv, and Betty is always just so after Archie. It's just pretty funny. It's really comical, makes for great covers, especially looking back in hindsight at the behavior of these high schoolers. Was able to find 3 others at an antique shop, and then the antique shop is holding back one more for me that they found in their backstock collection, and this is Archie number 61. Love it how they see a shooting star. Veronica's wishing. She doesn't finish her wish, but then as you can see Betty there in the background, she's wishing that Veronica would just leave, go fly a kite and whatnot. But I think I paid $30 for this one. Pretty nice condition, and I'm loving these Archies. I love this big banner too. This 1950s big banner at the top. Really great images there. And so this is the first one out of the 3. Here is Archie 55. This is from 1952, April of 1952, and it's a Bob Montana. Love how Veronica's dad is sitting there by the fire. He asked if Archie has arrived there yet. Not quite, Daddy. So pretty neat cover there. Pretty, I think they've done a lot of these couch covers, and I'm not sure if this was like one of the first ones, and then afterwards they kind of rehash or mimic them with either the same characters or different characters, but pretty awesome from 1952. Really nice condition as well. And this one's my favorite out of my Archie collection. This one's from December of 1950. This is Archie 47, and the great thing about this is you can see they're enjoying the movie together, and he's really talking about how soft Veronica's hands are, but Betty has snuck her hand in there. So definitely holding Betty's hand, pretty awesome. There's a roller coaster cover as well, where it's Archie's got all the kisses all over his face, and he's sitting up by Veronica in the front, and Betty's in the back, like all worn out because she was just all kissing over Archie. So this is from 1950, Archie number 47. Love, love, love these Archie books. And I got some more Golden Age coming up right now. When I found this next book, I was pretty excited. I did a little bit of research, but there was not much out there other than it's a Fox publication from 1948. This is the second in the series, and I really don't even know who did the art. One site says John Belcastro, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't even know who that is. But this is Women Outlaws number 2. Great cover there, and I found this at that antique shop with a lot of those Archie books. So really happy to have this September 2nd, 1948. Really great cover. I think this is a better cover even than Women Outlaws number 1, which I've never even seen in my life before. This is my first Fox publication comic. Pretty neat. Women Outlaws number 2. Really cool. Good girl cover. When I got these next 2 books, it really made me think of Tom Ryan. Tom Ryan's got a really cool collection of these jungle comics. Also makes me think of JD. He collects elephant covers. This was pretty cool. This is Jungle Comics number 70, and I believe this is a Joe Doolin artwork cover. And it's got bondage on the front, some skulls, which is pretty neat because that lion obviously has or this lion's den has obviously had several prey and several victims. It looks like this the hero is coming in to save this this lady in bondage. But pretty awesome Joe Doolin cover from 1945. This next one's another Joe Doolin. This is from 1944. This is Jungle Comics 57. Another great cover. Absolutely love it. Joe Doolin, I believe, is the cover artist. If I'm mistaken there, just correct me down in the comments below. But that one's a pretty awesome Jungle Comics number 57 from 1944. Last 4 books in the haul. This first one is, I believe, an Alex Schomburg cover, which I've had this for a while. It came in that collection with the box of comics and baseball cards and football cards. This is Thrilling Comics and Other Standard Comics. This is number 80. And number 80 is actually the last book in the series, so it's got a couple things going for it. It's Thrilling Comics, Standard Comics from 1951. And I believe this is credited to Alex Schomburg. There's Alex Schomburg pencils and inks on the cover, I believe. So hopefully I'm not wrong. Once again, I'm kind of new to Golden Age collecting outside of DC, and so if this is an Alex Schomburg cover, if you know different, I've seen this credited to Alex Schomburg. So this is my very first Alex Schomburg cover, and we'll see more of that in just a few moments. I was absolutely thrilled to find this next book. I found it at the antique shop where I got the Archies and some of those Jungle comics. And this is the first time I've ever owned this artist cover work, as well as maybe some of the artists on the inside too. But when I found this, I think I found it for under $20, and I immediately scooped it up and then labeled this place, this antique shop, as the Honey Hole. So I've been going back, been finding more great stuff, and he's been digging out more stuff for me as well. This is Star Comics from 1952. This is Terrors of the Jungle 19, and it's an L.B. Cole with Matt Baker interiors. So L.B. Cole bondage cover with Matt Baker interiors. This is absolutely an awesome book, and I know Bubs Comics just picked one up as well. After when I bought this months ago, I immediately texted out to a bunch of people, actually DM'd on Instagram a bunch of people this cover, and I said, look what I found, this is amazing, this is my first L.B. Cole, and I know DS Comics is a huge L.B. Cole, so I sent it to Collecto6, DS Comics, Bubs Comics, maybe a couple other people, but let them know, finally joined the L.B. Cole cover club. So really happy to find Terrors of the Jungle. Now Terrors of the Jungle started at like 16 or 17 or something funky to where it went up to issue like 20 something and then started over again. I don't know, for some reason it's something had to do with the golden age of comics tax evasion. I don't even want to say that, but probably what it was. They were just trying to avoid like postal taxes by having #1 issues all the time. So anyways, or longer running issues. So they would renumber their series. Rambling on, but this is a really great L.B. Cole, Terrors of the Jungle, number 19. Awesome, awesome cover. Okay, and these last two books, so thrilled to have these books in my collection. I would almost consider these my first of this artist, even though I just showed another one. These books, to me, I can't stop looking at them. I just got them yesterday, and usually what I do is I get books and then put them at the end of the pile. So I've got 2 more hauls lined up for you guys for the next, in the next month or two. And these ones should be at the end of that. But I couldn't wait any longer. I have to show these books. I'm so excited to have them. Without further ado, here's the last 2 books. This first one is super special for multiple reasons. It's from 1948, actually September 30th, 1948. This is Wonder Comics number 20. It's the last in this series, and it is an Alex Schomburg cover, and there's interiors by Frank Frazetta. So this is an awesome comic. It's so great. There is the XELA, so it's Alex spelled backwards. I won't start doing that with my name. But I love this. Got it off of Rob Young off of Facebook. So shout out to Rob Young. Super grateful for this. We did a little bit of trading action going on. So really would highly recommend doing business with Rob Young. If you have any questions on which Rob Young, maybe there's more than one on Facebook, let me know. I can definitely give a recommendation. Packs well, ships quickly, and got these awesome Alex Schomburg books from him. So Wonder Comics number 20, the last in this series of Wonder Comics from 1948. And I could just sit here and look at this thing all day long. And the last one I did a little work to. I removed a spine roll and cleaned it up a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning on this one, but wanted to get this thing in Mylar. This is from 1948, and it's Wonder Comics number 16. And number 15 was the first appearance of this character named Tera, T-E-R-A. And so this is Wonder Comics number 16. Like I said, I did a little bit of spine roll fixing, correcting, and it turned out beautifully. And then I did a little bit, there was a lot of pencils within the Wonder Comics kind of outlining, and then Graham wrote his name right there. Did a little bit of erasing, but I want to find a little bit more safe of an eraser. I didn't want to lift any of the color at all, but doing a little bit of work on this turned out great. These last 2 books are actually airbrushed Alex Schomburg's, and absolutely awesome. It's got a mix of this Terra girl who's like a space pirate, which is really cool. She's got that sword there, and you can see the ray guns. And this is actually considered a bondage cover because this character here is in bondage. But let me see here. There is the Alex Schomburg signature. Sometimes he did Alex Schomburg, sometimes he just did Schomburg, and sometimes he did this Zila. Xela. Really happy to have this, and happy to have this one as well. These are probably my two favorite comics in my last recent pickups. So these may be some of my favorite comics absolutely in my collection. Thank you so much everybody for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate the love and support on the last haul video I did. The views were out of this world. The thumbs up were over 200, which is absolutely insane. So thank you so much. If you guys could crush that thumbs up button for this one as well, that would be much appreciated. If you're not already subbed to this channel, hit that subscription button and hit that bell to be notified when there's other future videos. With that being said, guys, thank you again. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment down below what your favorite book was. I know this was a weird haul for me. It's different, but if you liked it, let me know, and I will talk to you all on the next one. See ya.